Displaced residents of Lahaina on the island of Maui are still waiting to return home as we see images of the nearly complete destruction of their historic town from wildfires. The destruction of Lahaina is especially hard because of the deep Hawaiian cultural history it held. In the 19th century, the town, situated on the island of Maui, served as the capital of the unified Hawaiian kingdom before colonization. Afterwards, it served as a cultural center, helping preserve traditional Hawaiian dance and revitalize the Hawaiian language. On the courthouse grounds, an 8-foot banyan tree planted in 1873 is now over 60 feet high, spanning nearly an acre. Today, the entire town is burned to the ground. At least 67 people are confirmed dead, though officials say they do not know how many people may have died in and around Lahaina or how many people may still be missing. Nearly 2,000 structures burned down, including irreplaceable historical buildings. But among the few things left standing is that banyan tree, which is smoldering and damaged, but still there. Brian Schatz is the Democratic senator from Hawaii who shared these images from a devastated Maui during his tour of the area yesterday, and he is here to tell us about it now. Senator, it's great to have you under awful circumstances. And like I said to Senator Hirono last night, everybody I've talked to and seen is thinking about folks in Hawaii and pulling for you and sending love and concern. What did you see yesterday when you were able to tour the parts that were so devastated?
Thanks, Chris, for doing this, and thank you for your kind words. And I just want to thank everybody across the country and across the world for the solidarity and the support and the money that is pouring in, because this is a disaster ongoing. We are still in disaster response. We are not in the rebuilding phase. But what I saw was it was as though a bombing run had happened on Lahaina. It's flattened. It is razed to the ground. The sugar mill is intact. The lighthouse is intact. The banyan tree is still standing, but it's unclear whether or not it will survive. But basically everything else is gone. We've got thousands of people now in temporary shelters. We're trying to restore power and telecommunications, but this is every bit as bad as the pictures. We walk down Front Street, and it is a smoldering, toxic mess where it used to be this vibrant town of Native Hawaiians and Filipinos and Portuguese and Caucasians and tourists from all over the planet, and people surfing and fishing and watching the whales and having a beer and dancing hula. And it is now what you see on the screen. So it's a devastating time for the people of Hawaii, and we appreciate the solidarity as we navigate through the next several weeks and months and years.
So the next steps now, my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, the fire itself is largely contained and not currently threatening folks. But what are the next steps in this emergency response?
Well, it's a couple of things. First, we do have a bunch of unhoused people, so we're working with FEMA to free up hotel rooms. South Maui is still operational from a resort standpoint, so we're trying to free up enough hotel rooms to accommodate our local residents as we try to figure out a little bit more of a medium-term temporary shelter situation. And then today, teams from FEMA are arriving with dogs to do the final search and rescue because nobody has entered any of these structures that have burnt down. And that's where we unfortunately anticipate that the death toll will rise significantly. Simultaneous to that, we've reopened the road to West Maui. West Maui is a pretty big place, not just Lahaina Town. Lahaina Town is not accessible. It's not safe to be there. But the rest of West Maui was cut off from vehicular access, so people were starting to run out of stuff. Toilet paper, water, gasoline, food, clothing, everything. So that's been reopened, and will kind of alleviate a little bit of the challenge. And then over the next several weeks and months, it's going to be a big job of debris removal. It is not safe to go into Lahaina. It is not safe to rebuild in Lahaina. It's not even safe to remove stuff. So FEMA, the Department of Defense, Secretary Austin called me this morning to express not just his solidarity, but his willingness to deploy resources to the island of Maui to help with debris removal. We're going to need EPA in there to make sure that the toxicity is handled. But the next step is debris removal. And we've gotten pledges on a bipartisan basis from high-ranking officials in the legislative branch to support the funding necessary in a supplemental appropriations bill to allow Maui to rebuild, Lahaina to rebuild.
You represent one of the most distinct special places on Earth, and also one of the places on Earth probably most exposed to climate risk for a bunch of reasons. This fire is the product of a lot of different confluence of things, from invasive species to drought and other things. But, you know, you've been an outspoken climate hawk on this issue. And how are you feeling about where we sit right now, having just looked at this destruction yesterday?
You know, my old friend Neil Abercrombie, who was governor and I was lieutenant governor, he said, you know, there's only one thing worse than being wrong in politics, and that's being right. And people will never forgive you for being right. And I sort of feel like right now what we are seeing is the climate crisis in three dimensions. It is no longer a political question. It is no longer a polarizing question. It's just what's happening to the people on the island of Maui. And we're seeing that increasingly in Colorado and Arizona, in Washington State, in Oregon, and California. This is our new reality. So we've got to do two things. First, we've got to understand that that reality requires that we manage our forests differently, that we manage our resources differently, and that we are prepared for an increasing frequency and severity of severe weather events. And secondly, although we took a big action on climate, the biggest action in the history of humankind last year, it's not enough. And we need to keep our pedal to the metal in terms of whatever we do next has to continue to lead to address the climate crisis. But that's not going to deal with wildfires next summer. That's not going to deal with droughts and floods next summer. And so we've also got to beef up our emergency management and disaster recovery.
Senator Brian Schatz on the Hawaiian Islands. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
That is